Have you ever seen CCUFC on an email signature line or a business card from someone at the credit union? Well, today on this episode of Headlines in Fine Print, we're going to tell you what that means and how that may benefit you. Hi, I'm Dion Williams, President and CEO of Piedmont Advantage Credit Union. Welcome to Headlines in Fine Print. And today we're going to talk about the acronym CCUFC. And as we've done in recent episodes, we're going to have some help doing that. We're going to feature another one of our talented team members from Piedmont Advantage Credit Union. So to start with, I'll say the CCUFC stands for Certified Credit Union Financial Counselor. And now to help us, I'm going to introduce to you April Young, branch manager of our university branch, but not just our university branch, our newly relocated university branch. April, welcome to the program, and how are you today?
I am wonderful. Thank you, Dion, for having me. I'm excited.
Well, we're glad you're here. And to start with, just tell us how long you've been with the credit union and what brought you to the credit union or credit unions in general.
Oh my. So I know as young as I look, I have been here for 25 years, so I'm super excited. The credit union is a wonderful place to be a part of. So I have grown up in the credit union world. I started at a bank, and so a little different. But the credit union is where I've landed. We believe in helping people, and that's what I do. I help people. So that's how I got here.
Well, we appreciate that. And now I'm going to ask you a question that I've asked this of each of our previous guests from the team, and we've gotten some really good answers from James Bond to It's a Wonderful Life to Parks and Rec. So, is there a show, a movie, a book, or something that you draw inspiration from for what you do?
So believe it or not, Matlock. Not the new series that's on, but the old Matlock with Andy Griffin.
And the seersucker suit.
And that's what did it for me. But I love Matlock growing up, and I watched it with my grandma, so it was special in that light. But Matlock always he went above and beyond to make sure he helped out the people, and that's what I do. I go above and beyond, and so yeah, Matlock.
I love that answer. And we've never been disappointed. And so, since hosting the show, I'll answer this one for myself on this episode. So, one of the shows that I drew inspiration from growing up, and probably for anybody listening that knows me really well, not a surprise, but it was actually Family Ties, the Alex P. Keaton,
Yes.
Michael J. Fox
Yes.
character.
Yes.
So, like this guy that was, not that tall in stature, that was all fired up about banking and politics and all those
He was.
things. And our last episode was on advocacy in the political arena for credit unions. So that's kind of one for me that when I was younger, I loved that show. And that character kind of sent me down that path. Ultimately, what won me over was being a peak time credit union employee during college. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm all in on this. But that was what kind of sparked that interest in the banking and finance side. So
I can see that for you.
I love those
I can
answers.
see that.
So
That was a great show.
shifting gears now, as we get to the Certified Credit Union Financial Counselor, tell us a little bit about like what you have to go through to get that certification. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of time went into that.
It did. So whenever I did it 3 years ago, because I actually just recertified
Mm-hmm.
for it, but you do the live videos,
Mhm.
the webinars, and I liked it because it's interactive. I learned a lot because there are several people from all over different credit unions that's in there. So you go through a series of that for about a year, and then you take that wonderful test. Oh, that wonderful proctored test, but I passed. So that's what goes into it. Study, but you learn a lot. The different chapters teach you.
And tell us a little bit about how you incorporate that into your daily interactions with members now.
So for the day to day, it has enhanced what we do
Mhm.
for me. Learning new strategies, techniques that works with other people. So
Mhm.
like now what I found is helpful whenever a member comes in and they don't know which way to go about their credit, they have the
Mhm.
credit karma, things of that nature. We're able to assist them with, allowing them to go online to the free annual and walking through with that when they get the report and going over. So again, a lot of the tips that I learned there, I can apply it, and it just enhance what we do.
And that's what, and you mentioned the credit reports. I'm sure that's one of the things where folks are not even aware of what's on there and educating them on,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that is a total shock for people. Some people they don't know that there's some derogatory things on there for them, and they're like, "I didn't know. I thought this was cleared up." So
Right.
to see that light bulb come on
Mhm.
to again enlighten them. And people have even sitting in my office, they have called because the number is on the credit report.
Right.
So you can call and get some answers and some solutions and some ways of working things out for them. So that works.
Is there a story from assisting a member that stands out more than others?
Like I said, that one particular young lady that I helped with
Mhm.
that, and just to know that she was all in, she was like, "Well, will you help me?"
Mhm.
Sure. By all means, here we go. So we called, and knowing that I was there for her to be able to help her in case she didn't say something right. And that's the
Right.
joy that I get out of being able to help someone. And so they was able, she had a charge off on there. So they was able to reduce it, and she actually had the money to pay it. So that was one of those type things. Okay, this worked. And so she continued on outside of me. But yeah, so
And one of the cool things also about the designation is you learn things that I'm sure that apply to your own life, right?
definitely. So for
And it's
me, again, 25 years in, I'm looking more to my future. So
right.
retirement,
Hmm.
things of that nature. And so when the recertification that I just did, the young lady at the webinar that I watched, they had it to where they ask a series of questions as far as like the average, how often do you go out, as far
Hmm.
as budgeting and what we need to look forward to. And again, it had me thinking, okay, you're gonna have to scale down on some of these things if you're looking to retire and live this kind of way. So that's what I appreciate about the certified financial piece of it. Is forever I'm forever learning
Right.
and also being taught some things and dispensing information out.
So one of the things that I really have loved about working in credit unions myself is that when members come in and talk to us, it's not like we're the all-knowing person that has all the answers. It's that we've lived the lives that they've lived and some of the struggles and challenges they're trying to. It's exactly where we've come through, and we draw on that experience along with the book knowledge from the certification to help guide them.
Most definitely. Yes.
So do you find it more often that a member that's talking to you is that, hey, I want to talk to somebody about my budget or having a plan, or is it they come to you for something else, whether it's opening an account or applying for a loan, and then it kind of morphs into that broader discussion?
More so on the letter, that they come
Right.
in, and one of the things that I have at our office that we do on the questionnaire is what actually brought you in? What's the big picture? Okay,
Hmm.
yes, I understand you want a savings account, you want a checking account, but why?
Hmm.
Why exactly do you want this? Well, I want, just for my direct deposit or things of that nature. Okay, so that's for this moment. But overall, what are you looking to do? What do you want out of this experience, especially here? Because I want to go with you.
Right.
And so that's one of the questions that I love asking the members. And then they're like, well, I really hadn't thought that far in advance. I know. So let's go on this journey.
And it's a situation of getting the member to talk and
Yes,
hearing where they're wanting to go rather than just what they say they want may not be what they really want. It's just this is where they're coming, this is where they're at right now, and then you're helping them answer those questions to where they get on the right path, right?
exactly. And there's a young man that says this quote so often: order takers no more. You
That's
know him? Do you know
right. I've
him?
heard of that.
Yeah, this one over here. And so that is so true though. Coming from the serving industry, is okay, you come in and you order your food, but
Hmm.
is that enhancement? Okay, like you want a baked potato, great. But would you like, a baked potato that's loaded with, and you start saying these things and they're like,
Right.
yeah, I didn't even think about it. I just want butter and sour cream. No. But it comes with scallion and it comes with bacon and we put cheese on top of it. And
Right.
then it just opens them up to a new experience. The same thing. That's what we do. Just to leave it at oh, I just want a checking account. Okay, but we have so much more. And I want to save. Oh, we have all these wonderful products and services that help you along that way. So yeah, being able to talk to people
It's a great
and help
answer.
them to realize and see.
And I'm glad I just had lunch. Otherwise,
You were gonna get a baked potato.
go to baked potatoes sound pretty good. So, if you had any words of wisdom, whether it's for a member or even from an employee that maybe hasn't gone down this path yet, what would your words of wisdom be regarding how this designation can improve lives?
So, from an employee standpoint, I would definitely say that this is a great opportunity
Mhm.
to learn because, again, we should forever be teachable. And the certification really does open up a whole new world that you have no knowledge of. And then it's like, oh, okay.
Right.
And then when you sit with a member and you see it lived out, you're like, okay.
Mhm.
This is what it's about. So from the members' perspective, I will say to, let us walk with you on this journey.
Mhm.
This is the reason why we're doing what we are doing and
Mhm.
learning, enhancing our skill set so that we can help you to navigate your financial future. We do know what we're talking about a lot. So, but it's going to be great. We teach how to budget, walk with you through a plan on it, how to consolidate, just a multi of facet of things that will help your financial future.
And even from a member's perspective, that they're confident in their credit score, they're confident in their ability to
Oh,
repay and all that. It still takes a lot of humility to come in and ask for a loan or ask for help on something. And that's the thing in the credit union. You just want everybody to know it's a safe space,
it
and we're
is.
there for the journey with you.
Definitely. We're here. We'll help take care of you.
Well, April, thank you so much for being on the program today. This wraps up this episode of Headlines in Fine Print. And we encourage you to find us on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast to listen to this episode or past episodes. We archive them there. And we really appreciate you listening in and giving us your feedback on future topics. So, April, thank you once more for being with us
Thank you,
today.
Dion.
And hope all of y'all have a great day. Bye.
Bye.